Hey, Keyforge Corner here with another Age of Ascension card. Today we're going to talk about Redacted. Now, Redacted is a pretty interesting card. A lot of people say that Redacted is outright broken. Now, do I share this sentiment? No, 100% no. Now, listen me out. Listen me out? Wait. How do you use the English language? Anyway, let's redact that statement. At least I still got my sense of humor. Anyway, Redacted. Now, why do I feel like this card isn't as powerful as some people say? Now, let's look at what it says. After you choose logos as your active house, place 1 amber from the common supply on Redact. When there are 4 or more amber on Redacted, sacrifice it and forge a key at no cost. Now, first off, some of you might say, but Keyforge Corner, last video when you talked about the best cards from Age of Ascension, you said that artifacts are pretty busted in this set. So why is Redacted not busted? It's an artifact. There isn't that much artifact control around, so why is it not so good, you say? It's a free key. Now, it is true that this card will very likely stay depending on who you play with. The problem with this is, however, that when you have Redacted, you will first have to sacrifice 1 logo's turn to place it there, and it will be with no amber yet. So that's 1 logo's turn. Then you'll need the extra 4 logos turns to get the amber on Redacted, so 5 logos turns in total. I'm not saying that this is going to be something impossible to do, but depending on, the situation with your logos, you might not want to call logos right now. You want to go into other families. So this is, for one, going to slow down the effect of this card quite tremendously. Now, argument number 2. This card, you have no way of telling if you're gonna draw it first turn. Now, in Keyforge, we do have a mulligan function. However, drawing this in your first hand and then possibly in your mulligan isn't as high of a chance, so it is a very situational card. Now, if you draw Redacted in your first turn, that's a great thing to start off with. Place Redacted, it's most likely gonna stay there, and maybe your next turn's gonna be logo, so that's already 1 amber off the list. And I do feel that it does have a lot of potential when you place it down somewhere at the beginning of the game. But it is very likely, looking at probability, that you're going to draw this card later. And later, you might not have the time to sacrifice 5 logos turns to get a key, and it might just be faster and more safe to go with controlling your opponent more, or maybe just going with a different family altogether and building amber for a key with reaping or pure amber on the cards. It's very likely that's going to be the safer and more sane option. Now, what is my final judgment on the card itself? It is a good card. It's not a broken card, though. It does take a lot of luck for it to work out well. However, if you do have it in a really good logos, like for example an archive heavy logos or something like that, there are a lot of great ways logos can play in Age of Ascension now. Then go ahead, maybe you're gonna be lucky, get it first turn. Hey, if your logos is good, if your deck in general is good, and if you get this card early on, this card is gonna be busted, but it's not as crazy because you need to be lucky to draw it early on, since, as I said before, drawing it later, you'll have to sacrifice a lot of time, and later on in the game you might just not be able to do that anymore because you might have to keep your opponent in check. Anyway, that's my opinion on Redacted. I still like the card, and so should you. And if you get Redacted with a busted logos, then just have a lot of fun, because this is gonna be not a card you'll use too much, but when you do, it's gonna feel so great. Anyway, I'm the Keyforge Corner signing out. Hope you guys will keep on forging those keys, and I will see you tomorrow.